Good evening. Aloha Stadium Stars Sports presents OIA semi-final football. Tonight's games will feature the number 10 team in the state, Farrington Governors, against the number 1 team, the Kahuku Red Raiders. My name is Mike Bazell, along with Kevin Hashiro and floor director Mike Nelson. And tonight, we're going to have a great game. And we're going to be featuring probably one of the top quarterbacks in number 12, Eli Fili from Farrington, who's coming off probably one of the best games that he's played yet against Mililani, bringing them from behind, beating Mililani 20-19, and threw for 335 yards and 2 touchdowns. And of course, the running game featuring Hercules Sula and Faumui will have to click for that man Fili to come through with his passing. And Kevin, on the other side, what do we have from looking at Kahuku?
Well, for Kahuku there, Mike, when you talk Kahuku football, you talk smash mouth, you talk power. Kamuela Elisa, that guy on your screen right there, is a combination of size and speed, which a lot of schools in the state, not only in the OIA, but also in the ILH, have yet to figure out. This guy's a powerhouse. 5 feet 11 inches tall, 206 pounds, has the power of a fullback, yet has speed and has some pretty good quickness like a tailback. I think if the Governors are going to have any success, they're going to have to contain Mr. Kamuela Elisa as well as his teammates and this vaunted Kahuku rushing attack here tonight.
Exactly, and of course on the other side, the Kahuku defense probably one of the best in the state, and of course the man Fili, number 55, Joe Fili, senior, 6'3", 280 pounds, that plays on that defensive line. Is just a great player. In fact, tonight he was announced as the U.S. Army All-American and going to the All-American Bowl down in San Antonio. And he's going to be a big part of that defense to stop the Farrington Governors' offense.
And Siwaki Levi has really been a part of the resurrection of the Kahuku program. You know, he took over after Doug Simonis left the Kahuku head coaching job. Doug Simonis helped to elevate the Kahuku program. Siwaki Levi really put Kahuku football on the map, leading them to state title after state title. And when you talk about football, high school football here in the state of Hawaii, everyone points up to the North Shore at Kahuku. In previous years, everyone would be looking towards in Honolulu and would say St. Louis. Not anymore, but Siwaki Levi has done a fantastic job for the Kahuku Red Raiders.
And of course, Kahuku coming off a great big win, 47-7 victory over Kapolei last week to get to this ball game. And on the other side, like I said earlier, Farrington coming from behind to beat Mililani 20-19. And Randall Okimoto, Farrington Governors head coach there, he's got a good head on his shoulders, knows what he's got to do. And let's see if his team will be up to the task tonight and trying to upset the number 1 team, Kahuku Red Raiders.
Well, Randall Okimoto played his football at Farrington under legendary coach Skip Diaz. He has done, like Siwaki Levi, a very fantastic job of bringing Farrington up and in their rise to prominence, which really was kind of on the hinges in previous coaching staffs that was under or that came prior.
We're going to go and take a short break before the kickoff. You're watching Aloha Stadium Stars Sports.
I see you, you see me, and all the world can see that we should be together, yeah.
When it comes to taking care of people's cars, just look for the Jiffy Lube sign. Doing what it takes. one car at a time, doing what it takes at Jiffy Lube.
Say hello to good boys. Say hello to Price Busters.
Welcome back. We're ready for the kickoff. Farrington will be kicking off to Kahuku Red Raiders. Standing deep for Kahuku is number 2, Shiloh Teo, and number 12, Suasi Tuimanune. So again, Kahuku, number 1 in the state, 7-1 coming into this ball game.
And there is some history between these two teams in the OIA playoffs. 3 years ago, these two teams met on the field. Kahuku came in as an overwhelming favorite, defending state champions. Who came and knocked them out of the state? It was the Farrington Governors.
There's the kick, and Teo will take it as a touchback, and Kahuku will take over 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. These two teams met earlier in this season, and Kahuku came out on top, beating Farrington 43-0 back on September 30th. But I'm pretty sure you can bet it ain't going to be that kind of game tonight.
Kahuku multiple shutouts this season. In fact, only 2 opponents have scored any points against them. Castle and last week against Kapolei.
Kahuku 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line. Krebs pitches it back to Teo, and Teo gets maybe a yard out to about the 21-yard line. That's it.
Alvai Sula, 5'8" linebacker. Great job of him coming around the edge and bringing down Malosi Teo for a very, very short gain.
It'll be 2nd down 9 for Kahuku from the 21-yard line. They come out in the power I. Farrington running a 4-3 defense. Handoff is to Teo. Breaks a couple tackles, cuts to the outside, finally brought down at about the 29-yard line. And a stop made by number 26, Noheo Baton.
Well, watch this replay here, courtesy of First Hawaiian Bank. End around the left side. Teo does a nice job, and then Noheo Batihon, maybe a long a stop there, because if he doesn't make that tackle, I think Teo is off and running.
Brings up 3rd down and 1 for Kahuku from their own 29-yard line. From the I. And the handoff is to 31. That's Kamuela Alicia getting the 1st down across the 35 out to the 37-yard line.
We see a little bit of that shiftiness that we talked about prior to kickoff of Kamuela Alicia taking it off of right tackle and make a nice move, making a defender miss and picking up maybe an additional 7 to 8 yards.
1st and 10 Red Raiders at the 37-yard line. Krebs heads off to the first man through. That's Alicia. Out across the 40 to about the 42. A pickup of 5 on the play. He'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
On the last play, we saw a little bit of the shake and bake by Kamuela Alicia. This time here on 1st down and 10, they run the dive with Alicia, and he actually demonstrates his power as he picks up a good maybe 4, perhaps 5 yards on the dive.
2nd down 5. If you're just joining us, no score, 0-0. 1st quarter, 9:35 to go here. And this handoff is to the 2nd man. This is Teo. Teo brings it out to 47, very close to the 1st down. And it is. It's a 1st down for the Red Raiders.
Well, first contact was made by, you saw him briefly on your screen, that was 43, Alicia Fasu. He actually made first contact, and I don't know how the ball carrier got away from the tackle, but managed to bounce off of it and picked up the first down.
First and 10 for Kahuku on their own 47-yard line from the I formation. Krebs hands off to the second man through, and he's hit immediately. In for the stop, number 1, Sam Fehoku.
Oh, boy, Sam Fehoku, undersized as a defensive end, going 6 feet 210, built more like a defensive back. But Sean, he's not afraid to mix it up with the big nasties. Check him out, coming off of the right hand and then submarining tail down to the turf.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down and 10 for Kahuku. Krebs, the quarterback. Colin Krebs. Handoff is to Tail. Tail breaks couple tackles and breaks out across the 45 to the 44 of Farrington. That'll be bring up third down in about 1.
Fasu once again on the stop, but you give credit to the tight end 80, number 80, Devin Unga. You saw him wipe out, take out a ball carrier, or rather the defender right there, really clearing away for a nice, pretty decent gain on second down.
So makes it third down and 1 for the Red Raiders. They're on a march and gives it off to the first man through. That's 31. Kamuela Lisa picking up a big first down inside all the way to 35 to the 34-yard line.
Watch this Jiffy Lube replay. Boy, there's just nothing complicated about this. I mean, this is just power football at its best, following the big center Latu Tupo at 5'10", 298 pounds, and the rest is all Kamuela Lisa carrying ball carriers across the line of scrimmage.
First and 10, Kahuku from the 34 gives it to the second man through. This is Elisa. Off tackle. Down to the 25-yard line. Pick up of about 8 on the play. 9. I'll bring up second and 1.
We'll watch the Price Busters replay coming up here. And again, Kamuela Lisa showing a little bit of that shiftiness. Takes it to the outside and then cuts back against the grain for a pretty nice gain. Probably one of the most complete running backs that you will see in high school football. Again, he's strong enough, powerful enough to play that power football that Shiwaki Levi loves, but yet when he wants to, he can really put some moves on DBs and leave them grasping for air.
We have an injured player down for Farrington. We're going to go ahead and take a short break. With the score 0-0, you're watching Aloha Stadium Stars Sports. as you see, where they're helping number 78, Tawa Olomua, onto the stretcher. The good sign with that, Kevin, is seen some movement from his hands.
Yeah, you talk about a real tough situation here. That's his father on the right side for Tava Olomua, but really a tough situation. And you think about the injuries that happen in football. Usually you'll see maybe busted fingers, sprained ankles, and so forth. But obviously this is the absolute last thing that you want to see, is to have a young fella, a young man like that taken off the field in a stretcher and on board the ambulance.
Let's see if we can pick up what happened.
You saw it was 78. Again, couldn't really see his number from the front, but we saw the back of his jersey. Couldn't really pick up what really happened. I don't know if the Jumbotron is able to show that once again, because we really didn't know where he was positioned. Well, and there goes the EMS. He's going to be the tackle on the left side. There you see it. He's right in the middle. Oh, right in the middle. And looked like as he was being engaged by the lineman, it looked like that he may have taken an inadvertent forearm to maybe his throat area. It snapped his neck back. And as a result, he was face down on the ground, not moving, hands on his side. Apparently that's what happened. Again, it looked like just an inadvertent hand right to the face, snapping the neck of Tava Olomua back, and thus resulting in that unfortunate injury. Tell you what, the tough thing about it, and it's on both sides too. Now, you had a delay of about, I don't know how long it was, maybe 20 minutes or so. Both teams are still kind of they haven't really warmed up, and it kind of puts a pall a little bit to this game. It kind of slows things down, and you have to wonder for the remainder of this game just exactly how hard you're going to play for both sides, because obviously if you're Farrington, you're concerned for a fallen teammate. On the Kahuku side, you realize that something that you did, albeit inadvertent, you don't want that to happen again, and so it starts creeping in the back of your minds on both sides of the football.
Exactly. Coming in to take Olomua's place will be number 90, Tuimeli Aifano.
Goes by the first name of Tonu, but you always have to err on the side of caution. That's why, for the people who were here at the stadium, you saw that his helmet was being taped. They did not attempt to move Tava at all. They got the back brace. They laid it underneath him. They waited for the paramedics to bring that stretcher out. They taped his head to that stretcher that they had. Again, it's all precautionary, and just the wonders of medicine and just the medical sciences nowadays, just erring on the side of caution, and hopefully Tava will be okay and he'll make a speedy recovery and be back with his teammates real soon.
As we get back to the game, we have 7:05 here in the first quarter. No score. Kahuku with the football down at the 25-yard line of Farrington. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
Again, with the injury, the play has really slowed down. So again, you have to wonder how intense these guys are going to be after such a long, cold layoff.
From the I formation, give off is to Alisa, second man through. He'll bring it down to the 21-yard line. He'll pick up the first down. And so far, Kahuku has kept the ball on the ground, not only chomping away some yardage there, also working the clock.
One of the things about Kahuku is that if the running game works, they won't necessarily go to the air and catch you off by surprise. They're going to stick to what works. If it ain't broke, why fix it?
So it's 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line of Farrington. Krebs, the quarterback, give off his to Lisa. Take it down to about the 19, maybe the 18-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down.
You have to wonder of this Farrington squad now, how are they going to react after losing their teammate Tava Olomua to that apparent neck or back injury? And just as we say that, we got another governor down. That's James Sangapolu Tele. I don't know if it's an ankle or it's just maybe his shoe. Looks like his shoe. Looks like he's all right. It's just maybe his shoe. Didn't like maybe the way his the tape was wrapped around his sock there. So that's definitely good news for the governors who could really use some good news right now.
They'll bring up 2nd down and 7 from the Farrington 18-yard line. Kahuku driving that football, come out in the power I. Krebs at quarterback. Elisa is the deep man. Joseph Whitaker is the short man. Gives it off to Alicia, straight up the middle. Down inside the 15 to the 13. That will bring up 3rd and about 2.
Sanfei Hoko has really been one busy guy here on this opening possession of this ball game. Again, Kamuela Elisa with that run straight up, right up the middle, toward left side of the center. Again, it's just typical Kahuku football.
3rd down and 2 for Kahuku from the 13-yard line. Handoff is Kamuela Elisa, and he was pushed back.
Big Tanner Fatui, all 6'2", 245 pounds of him, making the left side of that Kahuku line just collapse. And it was a great job of Fatui. That was simply your typical bull rush. We'll watch the Price Busters replay. Right side of your screen, there's Sangapolu, or rather Fatui. Boy, he gets a big-time push, and he literally pushes back the fullback Joseph Whitaker all the way back.
So bring up 4th and 3. Kahuku going for it. And Kahuku is going to call a timeout, and they want to talk it over here. 4th down and 3 from the 14-yard line. .422 to go here in the first quarter. We have no score. Kahuku 0, Farrington 0.
You have to wonder emotionally how this Farrington Governor team is going to react after losing Tava Olomua as he was taken off that stretcher, now taken away via ambulance to a hospital. But it looked like they kind of came out in a little bit more intensity. When we see Sanfei Hoko out there, he's pumping his fists every time he makes a play for the Governors, trying to get his ball club fired up. And every time you go back in the huddle, I think you're constantly being reminded by the guys playing on the defensive side of the ball that, hey, let's do it for our teammate.
I'll bring up 4th down. 4th and 3 from the power I. Krebs the quarterback. It's Whitaker and Elisa. Behind him, give off his to Elisa. Off the right side. And he's going to go all the way in. Touchdown Kahuku. 14-yard touchdown run. Kamuela Elisa.
Elisa showing a little bit of that power there towards the ending of that play at about the 5-yard line when he manages to muscle past the Farrington defender into the end zone.
Here comes the extra point. The kick is up, and it's blocked. Extra point, no good. So at 4:16 to go here in the first quarter, the Kahuku Red Raiders 6, Farrington Governors 0.
Well, you talk about a methodical drive by Kahuku. They did not once attempt to put the ball in the air. This has been all the running play. And here's again that power and the great vision by Kamuela Alisa. We'll watch it again, this time from the side, from the ground view. Check it out. Great patience there by Kamuela Alisa. He just kind of waits for his blockers to kind of form the hole up ahead of him, and he manages to slice his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Again, it was just your typical Kahuku Red Raider drive.
And Kevin, that drive went 15 plays, 80 yards, topped off by that 14-yard run by Kamuela Alisa. Of course, the extra point failed.
And that's always been an Achilles heel for Kahuku football. They really have never been able to get a solid kicking game. Watch the replay. We'll take a look to see if we can find the block here on the Royal Adventure Travel replay. A little bit of a high snap, and then you see the penetration. Sangapolo Tella was in the area, but I think it was the rusher off of the edge who managed to get the block. And there you see the last two head coaches for Kahuku. You see Siwaki Levi in the front, and that's Doug Simonis, the defensive coordinator, the prior head coach of Kahuku football. These two guys right here that really raised the level of Kahuku from also-rans into powerhouse, maybe the powerhouse team in the state.
What a coaching tandem those two make. The Kahuku will be kicking off to Farrington. Taken at about the 8-yard line and hit immediately. On the return, that was Kenneth Faumui. And making a stop was number 3, Lehi Aumua.
Now, Faumui really had no chance. I mean, that Kahuku return team just swarming all over. Watch the Tanioka's replay. A little bit of a slip there by Kenneth Faumui. And really, the wedge is not really there. A great job by that coverage unit of Kahuku busting down that play.
So Farrington will take over 1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line. Quarterback Elia Fili, along with Kenneth Faumui in the back. Fakes it to Faumui. Pass is deflected.
BJ Beatty there on the deflection. Against that interior, that pass rush by Kahuku. And this is a defense that has been only scored upon twice this season. Or in the regular season anyways. Watch the Pepsi replay. Watch Beatty on the left side of your screen as Fili tries to set up that screen pass and knock down very nicely.
2nd and 10 for the Governors from their own 16-yard line. Fili hands off. This is to Faumui. And Faumui will pick up maybe a couple, and that's about it.
That swarming Kahuku defense once again converging on the play. George Tafuna there, a very good linebacker on the stop. We'll watch this replay. On the draw, where Kahuku is just so quick. And that's a credit to that front 7 that they have. That's where it all starts, in the trenches.
That was one of Randall Okimoto's concerns, was the quickness and the strength of that Kahuku defense. We'll bring up 3rd down and 9. This is a pitch. There's a loose ball. Jumped on it alertly. Number 73 for Farrington. Fatu coming up with that loose ball. I'll bring up 4th down for Farrington in a punting situation.
Alpha Bridenstine there with the bone-jarring, ball-loosening hit. Watch the No Foods of Hawaii replay coming up right here. Watch this smack. Bridenstine going to come to the right side. There it is.
There's the punt. Low line drive punt. And takes a a Farrington bounce, excuse me. Goes out of bounds at the 38-yard line where Kahuku will take over 1st and 10.
Well, so far all Kahuku there. First drive of the game. They move the ball effectively and efficiently down the field, punching it in with a Kamuela Elisa touchdown, and then from there it's Kahuku's defense taking over.
First and 10, Kahuku will take over at their own 38-yard line. Krebs the quarterback, Whitaker is the fullback, and handoff is to the halfback Elisa. And he's stuffed and goes maybe 2 yards in a play up to the 40-yard line. He'll bring up second down and 8.
Now Fetui and Sangapolutele combining on the stop. Nice job engaging the offensive linemen, shedding them, and then making the hit after only a pickup of 2 yards.
Second down 8 from the 40-yard line. In the power I. And give off is to Lisa, the second man through. Just shy of first down, out to about the 48-yard line. He'll bring up third in a very short one.
Randy Villiver there making the stop. Watch this replay. On the right side of that Kahuku line, parting that Farrington defense like a C. Quick 7-yard pickup there, bringing up third down and 1 for Kamuela Elisa.
Third in a very short one for Kahuku. And Krebs will keep it. And he'll get the first down out to about the 49-yard line. And another Kahuku first down.
Again, if it ain't broke, don't bother fixing it. Just another dive straight up the middle by the quarterback there, Colin Krebs. First time we've seen that variation of the quarterback draw.
First and 10, Kahuku from the 49-yard line. Split receivers to the left. Handoff is to Elise. This is Teo carrying. Across midfield down to the 45-yard line of Farrington. Pickup of 6 on the play. Will bring up second and 4.
No, it doesn't matter who the running back is, whether it's Kamuela Elisa or Malosi Teo. That's a credit to that offensive line. Great trap block there on the right side. You saw the guard pull and then take out that Farrington defensive end for a nice pickup.
Second down 4. 16 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 6-0 Kahuku leads. And we have penalty flags.
I think they're going to call illegal procedure on the right side of the Kahuku offensive line. Slight movement before the ball was snapped.
And here's Ray's Animoto.
And if one thing that has really hurt Kahuku this year, it's turning the ball over, committing penalties, personal fouls, and so forth. That's really been the one hindrance to Kahuku this year. But again, you know, this is a football team is so good that every time they seem to overcome those kind of mental errors.
So penalty will move the ball back to the 50-yard line. Will bring up second down 9.
We're going to check on Reese Amimoto's microphone. Apparently it's not working properly. We had some microphone problems with the official. We had microphone issues in the first game between Aea and Waianae.
Of course, the winner of this ball game will advance to next week's OIA Championship, and they'll play the Aea Ali'is.
Yeah, Na'ali'i in the OIA Championship game next week. Just 2 years removed from winning it all on the Division II level. This time the eye is on the bigger prize, looking for a Division I title. Or Aea winning the state tournament 2 years ago, the first ever HHSA Division II tournament championship, OIA Division II champions a couple of years ago. What a job Wendell Say has done with the Na'ali.
2nd and 9. Handoff is to Teo. And Teo will carry it down to the 40-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter.
Well, there's Malosi Teo around the right side. Kahuku did not one time have to put the ball in the air. Very impressive display of football by the Kuku Red Raiders in the first quarter.
So at the end of the first quarter, the Kahuku Red Raiders 6, Farrington Governors 0. We're going to take a short break. You're watching Aloha Stadium Stars Sports.
Nobody does it like no fool. Nobody does it like no fools. No fools.
Welcome back as we start the second quarter. Kahuku with the football at the Farrington 40-yard line. They come out in a power I.
I wonder what they're going to do.
Split receivers to the left. Krebs gives it off to Teo, coming. Good stop out there by the Governors. He only got back to the line of scrimmage.
Alicia Fa'asu, the 5'11", 250-pound linebacker, busting his way through the hole created by that Red Raider offensive line. And a rare play for the Kahuku Red Raiders in which they actually have no gain.
It'll be 2nd down and 9 for Kahuku. Krebs the quarterback, hands off, second man through. This is Teo, still on his feet. Finally brought down after getting inside the 35-yard line down to the 34. And we'll bring up 3rd down.
Oh, Malosi Teo, who's more regarded as the speed back between he and Kamuela Alisa, shows a little bit of power there as he got hit. Actually, it took a couple of Governors to bring Malosi Teo down. We'll watch the first Hawaiian Bank replay. We'll watch the play. Watch Teo toward the end, spinning off of James Sangapulutel, and actually carried him a good 10 yards, albeit going sideways.
3rd down, 4 for Kahuku. Handoff, second man through. This is Teo. He'll be short of the 1st down to about the 31. They'll bring up 4th and 1.
That was a nice job of Tanner Fatui. He stuck out an arm, and that kind of slowed up Malosi Teo on that 3rd down carry. Kind of stopped the momentum of Teo, leaving well shy of a 1st down. Watch this replay. Watch 92 right there, hanging on for dear life, and also James Sangapolo Tele also got a piece of Malosi Teo as well.
4th and 1 for Kahuku. Handoff is to the 1st man through. That's Kamuela Alisa diving over, getting the 1st down to the 30-yard line.
Oh, and Alisa showing a little bit of hops there as he dove over that pile and pick up the 1st down, albeit it was a close play. In fact, Farrington coach Randall Okimoto says, wait a minute. He got stopped well shy. He's kind of pleading his case with one of the officials toward the Farrington sideline, but he's going to lose that discussion. Because he went up to that side judge and he said, he put his foot right at the mark and says, come on, give me a break.
1st and 10, Kahuku from the Farrington 30-yard line, and we have penalty flags.
I think we're going to have false start once again on Kahuku. A little bit of movement before the snap of the football.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense. It's a 5-yard foul. Remains first down.
So
kind of an important defensive series here for the Governors. Already down 6-0, and you don't want Kahuku to punch it in and go up by double digits and really give Kahuku an advantage and get that Kahuku defense teeing off when your offense takes the field.
That penalty will move them back 5 yards to the 35. Will bring up 1st and 15. And this is number 30. This is Teo. He breaks a couple tackles and down inside the 10-yard line. We have a late penalty flag. Carries it down to the 8-yard line.
Randy Villiver with the touchdown-saving tackle. It'll be interesting to see what this flag is about. No flag. The play will stand. Excellent run there by Malosi Teo, taking it off the left edge. The Menehune water replay. The left side of the line just kind of collapsing the edge of the Farrington Governors defensive unit. Malosi Teo with a nice carry off along the left side. Well, you don't talk enough great things about this Kahuku offensive line.
27-yard run there by Teo. 1st and goal from the 8. Pitches to Teo going around the right side. Sees the daylight and he's going to go in. Touchdown Kahuku. Malosi Teo. 8-yard touchdown run. Tackle on 6 more for the Red Raiders. They lead now 12-0 with 8:46 to go here in the first half.
Well, you got the Farrington Governors defense back on their heels right now, and we mentioned a little while ago that this was a big defensive series for them. Unfortunately, just too much power football displayed by the Kahuku Red Raiders.
Kahuku is going to go for 2. Krebs is the quarterback. This is Elisa. She goes in. Good for 2 on the extra point.
And of all times to try to show pass, you try it on a 2-point conversion. Things break down. I think Elisa wanted to go back to the quarterback, Colin Krebs, who pitched it back. I mean, that's how good things have gone for the Red Raiders when just it appears that Farrington has maybe figured out a defensive play, breaks down, and you get the 2-point conversion on the improvisation of Kamuela Elisa. Let's watch the D-Truck replay. We're going to see the touchdown right now for Malosi Teo. And again, look at the right side of that line, just kind of collapsing things. Nice block, Devin Unga, the tight end. The rest is Malosi Teo. His momentum just carrying himself and the ball across the plane of the goal line for the touchdown.
That drive, Kevin, 12 plays, 62 yards, topped off by the 8-yard run by Malosi Teo, and a 2-point extra point, and Kahuku leads 14-0.
Let's watch the 2-point conversion right now. Here's the D-Trick replay. Watch Kamuela Elisa, the tailback, and he's going to throw it, and it looks like he's going to go back toward the direction of Colin Krebs, but Sangapolo Tele sniffs out the play, and Elisa just, forget this, I'm going to take off, and there he goes, 2 points.
There's the kickoff to Farrington, picked up at the 10-yard line. This is by
Randy Villiver.
Randy Villiver. Good return all the way into Kahuku territory.
And add on to that, a penalty marker on the Kahuku side came well after the play. Well, let's watch the replay. This is the spark I think the Governors need. Here's Villiver, finds the wedge, cuts back against the grain. I'll tell you what, Randy Villiver is going to hear this in film session next time, being brought down by Alpha Bridenstine.
After the play was over, personal foul against Kahuku. It's a 15-yard foul administered from the end of the run to first down.
Again, personal fouls hurting Kahuku. This is their first big penalty of this game. But Randy Villiver, I think, has given the Governors and Coach Randall Okimoto exactly the momentum that they need to get back into this ballgame.
First and 10, Farrington will take over from the Kahuku 26-yard line. Philly dropping back to pass, looking for the end zone, throws incomplete. Intended for number 4, Kenneth Faumui. He'll bring up second down 10 from the 26.
Farrington's offense really hasn't been on the field long enough to try and pick up some momentum as Feely dropped back. He flooded one side of the field with receivers, just too much bunched up. Nothing but red all over around the football in the secondary.
Philly dropping back, swings it out. This is number 8, Maili Siliga. And Silanga will take it down to the 19-yard line. Will be third down and about 3.
Well, watch this completion to Philly to Silinga. That's what Farrington is going to have to try to do, those quick little out patterns.
3rd and 3 from the 19. Handoff up the middle. That's to Hercules Sula carrying. They'll bring a 4th and inches.
And check this out, a quick lineup by Farrington trying to see if they can catch Kahuku napping.
4th and inches, quarterback keeper.
Oh, I don't know if he got it. It's going to depend on the spot, but Feely is real close. Initially got stopped, but maybe second effort might, if he gets a good spot, gotten him the first down. Give credit to Kahuku's defensive line. We're going to measure. Hey, give credit to Kahuku's line, because as soon as the third down play was over, Farrington ran up to the line of scrimmage trying to see if they can catch Kahuku out of alignment. They try Feely with the quarterback sneak, and Red Raiders still managed to almost sniff the play out.
And the measurement.
Oh, this is close.
He didn't make it.
Wow. Wow. Well, you see Randall Okimoto just kind of shaking his head at his quarterback, Elijah Feely. Let's watch this replay. Again, they tried to go up the middle, but boy, that red surge right up the middle. I couldn't tell who the defender was, but he pushed the center back and did not allow Feely a chance to get forward momentum to get that first down.
So Kahuku will take over 1st and 10 from their own 17-yard line. Handoff is to Kamuela Elisa, and he gets maybe a yard out of that. We'll bring up second down and 9.
Well, just when you thought that maybe Farrington had a little bit of that momentum going after that long kickoff return by Villiver, offense gets stopped. Now Kahuku back out on the field, and if you're Farrington's defense, you know it's still early in this game with 7 minutes left to play in the quarter, but this is the third time that you've been out on the field, and Kahuku's had the ball for a long time so far in this game. It's gut check time for Farrington.
Bring up second down and 9. There's a fumble, and alertly Krebs jumps on it.
Oh, John Sangapolutele just absolutely bull rushed. I believe it was the center, but he put on a full bull rush by the center and made that quarterback to running back exchange. We'll watch it again on the replay. Look how quick the penetration was by John Sangapolutele, and his lucky Krebs had enough of balance and sense of mind to pick up that football. Otherwise, that pigskin belongs to the team wearing white jerseys.
Actually, he took the running back out before he even could get the handoff. He'll bring up third down and 17 from their own 10 now for Kahuku. Krebs And another drop. And he drops it again. This time Farrington might have it.
I think. Whoa, is it still loose? Yeah. Oh, play is still going.
Alive.
Oh man, Devin Unga, where did he come up with the football? You talk about magic.
And he pulls off the first down.
Wow, that's got to be the goofy play of the season, perhaps. Watch the Pepsi replay. The ball gets mishandled by the end around. When going to Redmond Tudor, he bobbles it. There's, oh, there. Look, the ball is still going. See that Devin Unga was never down. Even amongst the pile, his knee never touched the ground. That's why the play was allowed to continue.
Handoff is to, this is Teo around the right end. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown Kahuku. 71-yard touchdown run.
Boy, that play, you hate to say it if you're a Farrington supporter, that 71-yard touchdown run may have just taken the wind out of your sails. This play is, I want to say, almost all Malosi Teo. Remember, he is the burner of the two primary running backs for Kahuku. Alisa, the power back, Teo, the speedster, and Teo around the right side, and he used all of that speed to score the 6.
The extra point is blocked.
Again, that's maybe one of the only Achilles heels for this Red Raider team, just unable to put the ball through the uprights.
So at 5:18 here to play in the first half, Kahuku 20, Farrington 0. That drive, 4 plays, 83 yards, topped off by that 71-yard run by Teo. And boy, what a big play that was. Of course, the play before that was even bigger, probably giving them the first down.
Yeah, that was a nutty play, to say the least. But back-to-back plays, which really could have broken the spirit of this Farrington Governor squad. You have that goofy play where Redmond Tudor on the end around mishandles the football, and then Devin Unga, the tight end, is there, picks it up. He realizes that his knee never touches the ground, continues to run, picks up the first down. Very next play, Malosi Teo around left end rather around the right end for the touchdown.
Here's the kickoff. And this is going to go to Villafur. He breaks it down the right side. He's already got one good return, brings it back out to about the 35-yard line.
Well, Villafur has been Mr. Excitement on those 2 kickoff returns. Had that long one on his prior return, and this one creating a little bit of excitement, almost a 25-yard return. We'll watch the Aloha Shoyu replay. Here's Villafur again looking for the wedge. Can't find it, then puts a little move there and takes it to the outside on the perimeter.
First and 10 for Farrington. Philly drops back, throws, complete. Out to number 23, Elijah Lesu. Out to about the 42-yard line. We'll bring up second down.
Leo Spallone on the tackle for Kahuku. We'll watch this replay on this little inside play to the wide receiver Elijah Lesu. In Farrington, you don't, despite being down 20-0, you don't want to get away from your game plan. Continue to do what you do.
Handoff to Hercules Sula. We'll take it out to about the 44-yard line. We'll bring up third down and about 1.
Well, just when it looked like that Hercules Sula had a hole, it just rapidly closes up. Great job there by Kevin Unga on the stop for Farrington. Again, it's just a great job and just demonstrates this blazing speed by this Kahuku Red Raider defense.
3:52 to go here in the first half. 20-0 Kahuku leading. That one being handed off to number 43, Fa'asu. Picks up the first down across the 45 to the 47-yard line.
Elijah Fa'asu also playing a little defense, one of the many two-way players for the Farrington Governors squad. But big important first down for the Govs there. In fact, their first one of the game.
Philly try to roll to his right, looking for the downfield, and this one is going to be tipped in the air and falls to the turf, incomplete. Intended for number 23, Lesu.
Watch the replay coming up here. Dangerous pass by Elijah Feely. Feely tries to roll out. Throws really up a float and easily could have been picked off there by the defensive back, Julius Purcell.
Because Lesu last week caught 5 passes for 168 yards and 2 of the touchdowns. It's a 2nd and 10. And Faumui will go nowhere. In fact, maybe gets a yard out of that, out to the 48-yard line.
Spallone again with the tackle for Kahuku, but again it demonstrates the speed of this Kahuku front 7. We saw for a while Faumui had a little bit of a hole, but then those linebackers converge on the play and close up the gap rapidly.
3rd down and 9 from the 48-yard line. Philly looking, throws complete. Caught by Fa'asu, but maybe got a yard out of it to the 49, and that's it. Bring up 4th down and punting situation.
Good defensive stand here by the Red Raiders. That pass out to Fa'asu just really goes nowhere. And again, it's this Kahuku defense which just has so much speed.
Here's the kick. And this is taken by Tui Maunea. Going around the right side and brought down.
We're also going to have a penalty marker right near the spot of the tackle. Nice return there by Tui Monet. But I have a feeling that this play is going to be called back. One would think that it's probably some kind of an illegal block in the back, judging by from where the penalty markers are thrown.
And as head referee, Reyes Amimoto.
All right, taking a while for them to discuss, to work out the specifics of this penalty.
1:48 to go here in the first half. 20-0 Kahuku.
Ryusamimoto indicates holding, and then he hesitated to the Farrington side. Now he says, oops, okay, point this way. It's against the red. The life of a referee is never easy. But Reese is a veteran OIA official, been doing this for quite some time. Well, if you're Farrington, Mike, you've got to try to come up with some answers when you've got the team in the locker room. Try to come up with some solutions to try and slow down this Kahuku rushing attack, and also find some way to move the football. Aside from 2 great kickoff returns from Randy Villafur, the Governor offense has really done nothing. And that's a credit to Kahuku's defense.
Here we'll get the call.
Loose ball foul, holding against the defensive team. Prior to the return of the kick, it's a 10-yard foul from the previous spot. The first down.
Wow. So I think the long discussion may have been whether or not it would result in a change of possession. It does not. It was before the kick, so therefore, as Rhys Amimoto says, Farrington, with new life offensively, they'll have the ball back.
Now Farrington will get the ball back on a penalty to first down.
Well, you're not going to see the holding penalty because it occurred before the kick. But we'll see Tui Maune take it around the right side. A nice return nullified. This might be the break Farrington maybe needs.
Hercules Sula trying to carry that one up the middle. Gets about 1 yard on the play. Will bring up second down 9. From the Kahuku 40. Completed pass there to 23, Elia Lisu. Picking up a first down out to the 30-yard line. 1:04 to go here in the first half.
Governor's not wasting time, going no huddle. They're going to wait till the chains are set. Chain gang had not moved the chains yet.
Fili dropping back. Completes it to number 4. That's Faumui. He alertly steps out of bounds.
Well, what a catch by Kenneth Faumui. I mean, he grabbed that right at the shoelaces. This is a wonderful catcher by Kenneth Faumui. Watch this low ball thrown. Watch the catch. Well, we don't actually get to see the catch. But trust me, folks, rewind the tape and watch it all over again. That's a dandy of a catch by Faumui. And then, like you said, Mike has the presence of mind to get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Second down and 6. Farrington does have 3 timeouts left. Second and 6 from the 27.
Double pass.
He's looking down the field. He's got an open receiver. Tip. What a defensive play by number 12. Suase Tuimanue.
Now, Maune not only doing a great job punt returning for Kahuku, but that free safety out there did not bite on the first lateral pass. We'll watch it again. Obvious lateral. Throwing it out to Silinga. Tried to get it down to Sangapolotela downfield, all for a not. Great play by Tui Mane defensively.
Third down. Fili looking, throws incomplete. He'll bring a fourth down from the 27-yard line. 46 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. 4th and 6 for Farrington.
Well, big fourth down play coming up here for the Farrington Governors. Well, you don't want to squander an opportunity that was given to you after Kahuku committed a penalty which gave new life to this Governor team right before the end of the first half.
Timeout, Farrington.
And Farrington's going to call a timeout.
I think this is a good timeout by the Governors. You only got 46 seconds left. You want to make sure that you've got your right personnel in. You want to make sure that you got the right kind of play call here on this big 4th down and 6, because let's face it, Farrington needs a score before the end
Before the first half,
before the end of the half. Absolutely critical to get one.
Randall Okimoto talking it over with his offense down there on the sideline. And across, of course, you got that great coaching staff of Kahuku.
And of course, the tight-knit community, which made that caravan from the North Shore in the Mauka, or rather the Mackay sideline, flowing with red in support of these Red Raiders.
So it is 4th down and 6 for Farrington. Elia Fili quarterback. Drops back to pass. He's being rushed. Throws it, it's picked off, intercepted. He's at the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Kahuku.
Kaniela Tuipolotu, 70-yard return. Boy, you talk about backfiring. Feely under all kinds of duress. I want to say that was B.J. Beatty that applied the pressure, and Feely just threw up a dying duck, and Tuipolotu was Johnny on the spot. Let's watch it again. Again, Feely feeling the heat. Yeah, that's B.J. Beatty, and he just throws this up for grab. And there's Tuipolotu who will take it. It looks like, I'm not sure whether they're going to call it 71 or 72 yards. But nonetheless, no matter what the length, that's 6 points for the Red Raiders right before the end of the half.
At 31 seconds left, 26-0 Kahuku. Now officially they're saying 72 yards. What a play by Kahuku defense.
Really a mistake by Feely. He threw that dying duck up. Well, that's a Hail Mary jump ball. That ball kind of fluttered, and Kaniela Tuipolotu was right there, right place, right time. Hey, did you see the speed? Did you see the speed on Tuipolotu? It must have been the shaved head.
And he ain't no small man either. 6'2", 261. You know, it's even a scarier part. He's only a junior.
Well, a happy day for the Kahuku Red Raiders. On the other side, we want to talk about being stunned. That's the Farrington sideline. They just can't believe what they just saw. To quote a baseball commentator, was it Jack Buck who said that? I can't believe what I just saw. That was a baseball reference, of course.
They have a penalty flag on the extra point try, which they're going to go for 2.
Encroachment.
What?
Against Red, 5-yard foul. Replay the try.
Well, we've seen some bizarre plays here in this game. We saw Devin Unga pick up a fumble. It looked like he was stopped. Knee never touched the ground. He ended up scrambling almost 15 yards for a first down.
This is for the extra point. It throws it. It's good. Completed to number 86, Anthony Lata. 2-point conversion. That puts Kahuku up 28-0 with 31 seconds left.
And officially, you know what the funny thing about it, as we'll watch the replay of the 2-point conversion, officially in the statistical column, I don't think this does not count in your passing stats. So officially, statistic-wise, Colin Krupp still has not attempted a pass.
At Kahuku smash mouth football, run. And why not when you got backs like Elisa and Teo?
Why bother putting it in the air? Exactly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
We got 31 seconds left. 28-0 Red Raiders. They'll be kicking off to Farrington, and standing deep for Farrington is Faumui and Villafur.
Well, let's see if Randy Villafur can do it once again with a nice long return. And they are going to kick to him.
This is Villafur from about the 9. He gets only back to the 20 before he is swallowed up by Red.
And you know what the impressive thing about Kahuku's kick coverage unit is that the penetration does not come from up the middle. It comes around from the edges, which just shows you the great speed of this Kahuku Red Raider coverage team, and just as a team in general. Blaine Beatty there on the special teams tackle.
So Farrington will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 25 seconds to go here in the first half. Feely at quarterback. This is a handoff straight up the middle to Faumui. Kenneth Faumui will pick up about 9 yards out to the 29. We'll bring up 2nd and 1 as the time just clicks.
Yeah,
10.
Governor's really in no hurry to run another play. They've seen enough of this first half. Here's Faumui again straight up the middle. Red Raiders will surrender 9 yards, but again, Randall Okimoto and his squad, they just want to get out, and they will. But boy, you talk about damage being done right before the end of the first half. Farrington looks like they may be there to punch it in at the end of the first half, make this game 20 to perhaps 6 or 20 to 7. You have Fili throws a bad pass, a dying duck picked off by Kaniela Tuipolotu, and all of a sudden it's 28 to nothing. And this Farrington squad, they need to regroup in a hurry.
28-0 halftime score here at Aloha Stadium. Kahuku leading Farrington. My name is Mike Bazell, along with Kevin Hashiro, Mike Nelson, and the Jumbotron crew. Stay tuned for the second half. You're watching Aloha Stadium Stars Sports.
Welcome back to Aloha Stadium for second half action of OIA semifinal playoff football. It's been all Red Raiders 28-0. I'm Kevin Hashiro. Jim Oshiro joins me for second half action. And Jim, boy, Farrington, they need to do something, and they got to do it soon, trailing by a lot.
Oh, yeah, they got a mountain to climb. This game, almost a mirror image of the first meeting between these two teams, Kevin.
Anthony Si'ilata's kick sails out of bounds, so Farrington will have pretty decent field position to open up the second half.
Kevin, during the regular season, these two teams met, a game in which Kahuku won 43-0. In the first half of that game, Kahuku scored 25 points and in the process completely shut down the Farrington offense. In this game, 28 first half points, and again in the process completely shutting down the Governors on offense and really frustrating the team.
25 yards from the previous spot, the 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line.
So Risa Mimoto explaining that Farrington will begin 1st and 10 after the 25-yard mark-off at their own 35-yard line. Elijah Fili, the quarterback, been really under duress. On the first play, the ball is loose on the handoff to Sula. Ball is being fought for, and I believe Kahuku has come up with it. And on the first play from scrimmage in the second half, Farrington does what it did not want to do, and that's turn the ball over as Hercules Sula, the running back, got stripped off of Bridenstine on the recovery.
Well, right after 1.5, a complete nightmare for the Governors, and as we start the second half, the nightmare continues as they fumble on the first play from scrimmage. The ball stripped out of the hands of Sula, and Kahuku takes over with excellent field position.
1st and 10 for the Red Raiders. They'll line up double wides to the top of your screen. Elisa, the fullback. The tailback is Malosi Teo. Colin Krebs, the quarterback. Play action. First pass of the day. They're going to go deep down the field, and it is caught near the goal line, and he steps out of bounds at the 5-yard line. That's the tight end, Devin Unga, who made a big play in the first half, setting up the third of Kahuku's 4 touchdown, and he does it once again, this time on the receiving end.
Well, right off the bat, Kahuku shows something different to Farrington on defense. For the most part, in the first half, Kahuku stuck to the ground game, but on the first play here in the second half, a pass play and a wide open receiver downfield in Devin Unga rather.
1st and goal now from the 5. Colin Krebs will duck under center. Elisa, the up back. Teo is the fullback. 1st and goal. Kahuku up 28-0, threatening to add more. Teo up the middle, no problem. Touchdown, Red Raiders, and it took all but 22 seconds to open up the scoring here in the second half. And Kahuku really starting to pour it on, 34-0 right now.
And that's Malosi Teo's 3rd touchdown of the game. He had 2 back in the first half, an easy run there. And boy, I tell you what, Kahuku just pouring it on now. A nice open hole up the middle there for Teo, and boy, Kahuku just having their way thus far here in this semifinal game.
Extra point, Anthony Siilata. Extra point is up and it's good. First made extra point via the leg of the Red Raiders, Gary Nagy there on the kick. 35-0, again, 22 seconds gone here in the second half of action. The Red Raiders really rolling it up right now. That was only a 2-play, 33-yard drive.
Well, you give a good team like Kahuku a great field position like that, and boy, they'll make you pay for it. And as you said, Kevin, wasting absolutely no time whatsoever to punch it in.
Farrington's offense continues to really hurt themselves. We saw it at the end of the first half, where Elijah Fili, the quarterback, on a 4th down play under a lot of pressure, threw up a dying quail. It was intercepted by the lineman Kaniela Tuipulotu, who then took it the other way, 72 yards for a score, which really turned out to be one of the plays that kind of was deflating for the Governors. And then on the first play of scrimmage from Farrington, you do the thing that you don't want to do. You fumbled away the football, and Kahuku scores 2 plays later.
You know, to add to it too, Kevin, with a 35-point lead now here in the second half, I was told the mercy rule will now be in effect. So, boy, Farrington will have now the clock against them as well.
They don't have a lot of time left, and considering how quick and how suffocating this Kahuku defense has been, boy, you talk about a tall mountain to climb. One of the few positives for Farrington is the kick returning, Randy Villifer. He is back to return. This will be a short kick, and it's going to be taken by one of the upbacks. In fact, the upback will call for a fair catch, but nope, they're going to say that this is not going to be a play. We may have to re-kick. Apparently, one of the Red Raiders coverage units crossed the line of scrimmage.
Prior to the kick, encroachment against the kicking team. It's a 5-yard foul. Re-kick the ball.
Well, that's just going to give Randy Villiver Just another opportunity to return the kick. Again, one of very few positives for Farrington this evening. There he is, Randy Villiver. Very nice return on his first two kickoff returns before being stuffed on his third try. But they're going to need some kind of spark just to get back into this game, trailing 35-zip. Anthony Siilata will tee it up. This time it's a squib kick, and again it's going to head out of bounds. And again, a 35-yard mark-off from the spot of the kick. And Governors will have excellent field position to open up this possession. Of course, you can see the intent. They do not want to have them put the ball in the hands of the dangerous kick returner in Randy Villiver. Here's Reese Amimoto.
The ball was kicked out of bounds by Kahuku. Receiving team opted to take the ball 25 yards from the previous spot. The 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line.
We said at the beginning of the half, Kevin, that Kahuku has completely shut down the Farrington offense, both the running game and the passing game. In their first meeting this year, Hercules Sula and Kenneth Famui makes a very dangerous running back tandem for Farrington, while Kahuku shut them down for just 45 yards in their first meeting. In this game, no better thus far anyway. The passing game, a little bit, they've had some positives in that aspect, but again, not enough to overcome any kind of that's what I'm looking for here. They're down 35-7. Let's just say that.
Looking for something to ebb the tide a little bit. Trying to get something positive going. But again, we're talking about a Kahuku defense that has shut out every opponent in OIA play except for Castle, the only defeat, and then last week in a blowout win in the OIA first round game against Kapolei.
I had to look twice when I saw that. 6 shutouts out of 8 games and allowing just 30 total points this year.
That is almost unheard of.
This is awesome.
So Farrington with the second possession of the second half. They'll fake the end around and they'll float out of the flats to the back. That's Sula. Sula gets caught from behind at the 48-yard line, 2 yards shy of the first down.
We'll see if Farrington does a little bit more of that here in the second half. Again, they've had some success in passing the football compared to the run, and Sula out of the backfield. Nice open pass and reception there for Hercules Sula.
So 2nd down and 2 coming up. Lone setback in the backfield. Fili will drop back. Ball is deflected. Could have been intercepted. Pass was intended for Kenneth Faumui. Bring up 3rd down and less than 2.
Boy, that Kahuku defense, they just seem to know where the ball is going to, and they're always there to put the skids on Farrington tonight. We've seen a few tip passes tonight.
Julius Purcell knocked it away from Faumui. So again, 3rd down and less than 2 yards. Boy, look at the Red Raiders crowding the line of scrimmage. Play action. Fili dropping, rolling out. He can run for the first down, and he will. He'll have the first down. But then again, the speed of Kahuku, they just turn it up and look like that Fili might have gotten maybe 10, 15 yards with the backside pursuit, and Fili only picks up actually about 4 yards.
That was a good decision, though, by Fili. He was looking downfield at the pass, but then realized that he only had to gain about another yard or so for the first down, and just kept it, tucked the ball under, and just got the first down himself.
Only the 4th first down for the Governors this evening. 35-0 Kahuku Red Raiders in the lead. And the winner of this game will play Aiea for the OIA Championship. Fili now will dump it off to the tight end. It's complete to Fatui. Tanner Fatui, the tight end / defensive end, also starting on the defensive front, gets brought down after a gain of 9.
If you can believe it, at the beginning of the year, Tanner Fatui started out as the quarterback for Farrington. Farrington had some trouble finding the right signal caller. He finally set it on Elijah Fili, but Fatui making a nice catch there.
2nd down and less than a yard. There is Fatui, 6 feet 2 inches, 245 pounds. He'll slide over to the right side off tackle. Fili will drop it off. Her caught by Sula. That's a first down the sideline. And we'll have penalty markers. We're going to have a face mask against Kahuku. Nice gain there for Hercules Sula coming out of the backfield. And again, tack on more yardage after a face mask penalty.
Once again, that play seems to be working for Farrington. Again, the second catch in this drive by Hercules Sula coming out of the backfield.
Sula kind of redeeming himself after he fumbled the opening play for the Governors in the second half.
At the end of the run, face mask, 5-yard foul, first down, Farrington.
We'll see if we can check out the face mask on this replay here. It'll be at the end after the catch is made. We'll see it at the end right there. You see Sula's head jerking back.
And around now, they'll dump it off to Fetui, but Fetui hit from behind. Nice play by the linebacker coming up from behind and making the hit. Ka'eo Alo. Nice job of Alo being right place at the right time.
Good pressure defense put on by Kahuku. They really put a lot of pressure on Elijah Fili, and Fili just kind of dumped it off there and just really left his receiver out to dry there as Alo makes a big hit there.
Alo he knew what was coming. He knew that he saw that screen pass was coming. Farrington actually lost a couple of yards. Second and goal from the 12. Fili dropping, fires out to the flat, and this ball is thrown low right at the feet of Maeli Silinga. Silinga unable to hold on. It'll bring up third and goal from the 12.
You know, last week, Kahuku defeated Kapolei by a big margin, 47-7. A game that kind of surprised me. It was a matchup that I was kind of looking forward to. You know, you got the top scoring offense in Kapolei, and of course Kahuku with their excellent defense. But I didn't expect Kahuku to really just shut down Kapolei like that.
And it just shows you the nature of the speed of this Kahuku defense. Third and goal. Oh, and Fili gets dropped. He had no chance whatsoever. Oh, man. Joe Fili came right up the middle, untouched. And again, Elijah Fili had no chance.
Well, Joe Fili, the starting left tackle on offense, a big defensive lineman, 6'3", 280 pounds, making the big hit there on Fili. So Farrington looked like they were moving the ball well on this drive and drove inside the red zone. But boy, Kahuku's defense is really stepping up now.
Fourth and goal. They'll spot the ball just inside the 18-yard line. 6:13. Remember, we got running clock here in the second half, and now penalty flags will be thrown. They have delay of game against the Governors as the play clock down to 0-0.
Delay of game against the offense. It's a 5-yard foul. The fourth down.
Tonight's attendance, by the way, 5,816. Pretty decent crowd for a semifinal game. Of course, these two teams always have a good community support. Draw lots of fans, and they're always very loud.
Especially on the Kahuku side. They had a lot to cheer about tonight. So fourth and goal from the 22. It was actually first and goal. Ball was at the 8-yard line, but the Governors going backwards. If Fili gets hit from behind, this is going to be an incomplete pass as the ball was going forward. So the fourth down play goes unsuccessful for the Govs, and Kahuku will have it once again.
And that's what makes such a successful defense. You know, when you're faced with a challenge, a good defensive team will step it up, and Kahuku just showed it on this drive here. Again, Farrington driving deep into Kahuku territory, and Farrington ends up with nothing.
Malone Fiso coming from behind the left side of the Farrington line, from behind with the pressure. First and 10. Jacob Kahavai into the game, the new quarterback for the Red Raiders. So Cullen Krebs apparently will rest for the rest of the remainder of the night. I believe that was Kamuela Elisa on the last carry. There's Jacob Kahavai, 6'4", 198-pound senior quarterback.
So for the most part this year, we've seen Colin Krebs start the game. It wasn't like that in the beginning of the year when Jacob Kahavai was actually the first-string quarterback. But Kahavai in there now in relief of Krebs.
Kahavai is actually the better passer of the two quarterbacks. Give up the middle. And I believe that's Elisa again, but we have a flag down right at the line of scrimmage. Elisha Fa'asu on the stop, but we're going to have a holding penalty against the Red Raiders.
You know, Kahuku's so deep at running back. You know, you've got Kamuela Alisa and, of course, Malosi Teo. Boy, Teo has really gone off in the last few games here to finish off this OIE season.
Holding against the offense. 10-yard foul. Remains second down.
You know, and looking at the latest stats, too, very interesting. You don't see any Kahuku players in the top 10 of any category. That's because they're so deep that they keep using so many people.
Well, they also have Simi Alo back there, Peter Tanuvasa. Joseph Whitaker is also a fullback. Here's Kahavai going out, throwing it deep, incomplete. Tuvili Tuivasura.
There was some bumping going on, so we might have some interference calls here.
Tui Savura was the intended receiver, and again, like you mentioned, Jim, a lot of bumping, and they're going to call the interference penalty against the Governor, so this is going to be an automatic first down.
Pass interference against the defense. It's a 15-yard foul. Automatic first down.
Big break there for Kahuku. That ball kind of floated. It took a while to get to the receiver.
First down and 10. Again, Kahavai dropping back. Looking deep. Redmond Tudor wide open. Tudor drops it. One of the reasons why Kahuku does not like to throw the ball.
Boy,
and maybe it just shows you how rusty they are. They don't put it in the air enough, and the wide receiver, Redmond Tudor, is probably one of their better pass catchers, just flat out dropped the touchdown.
Boy, Redmond Tudor had 3 steps, at least 3 steps on Elijah Lesu, and looked like Tudor just wanted to run before he actually caught the ball. And because he knew that nobody was out in front there, he would have hit the end zone with no problem. But you got to catch that ball first.
So it'll bring up second down and 10. If Shiwaki Levi elects, hey, let's not grind it out. Let's see what Kahavai can do in the air. Here's a draw play to Alisa. Alisa moving forward to about the 37-yard line. Short pickup on the play will bring up third down. Hey, that's great news. That's Tava Olomua. You remember he was taken off
at the 7-minute mark in the first quarter. Yeah, there was a lot of concern back then with his injury.
I'm kind of intrigued that he's up and walking. Usually, if that kind of injury that he had, that he would be kind of still at the hospital. Third down, Malosi Teo. Teo with the first down, but a flag is down as well, and this play is going to come back.
You see the tough running there of Malosi Teo, the second-team OIA East player from last year. Teo had a game last week against Kapolei, 13 carries for 196 yards.
During the run, holding against the offense, 10-yard foul, spot foul, remains third down.
We'll see if we can see that holding penalty on this replay. Teo taking a hand off, bouncing right to the outside. Good blocking out there by Kahuku. Couldn't quite see the hold on that, the replay, but trust me, it happened.
So third down and 14 coming up. Ball spotted at the 29. Kahavai will line trips to the far side. Little screen pass, and it's incomplete. Paul was slightly overthrown to Jason Evans, the intended target. Evans just could not hang on to it, so it'll bring up fourth down. And for the first time tonight, we'll see the punting unit come on the field.
Looked like Farrington, though, was ready for that play irregardless. That ball bounced off the right shoulder pad of Evans there. But had Evans caught that ball, I don't think he would have gotten much on that play anyway.
Gary Nagy on the field. High floating snap. Again, Nagy almost gets it away. Beautiful spiraling punt. Oh, we're going to have interference. A flag is down as the Kahuku defender Chico Ramirez was a little bit too close to the punt returner Randy Villiver. So we're going to have an interference on the catch of the punt. If one thing that's hurt Kahuku here in the second half, it's the penalties.
And you know, Kahuku, we've seen them commit a lot of penalties over the year. That seems to be something that, well, you know, Siawaki Levi tries to minimize as much as possible, but it's just something that you just have to accept. It seems like year in and year out. Luckily for them, though, for the most part, they're always way out in front.
Fair catch interference against the kicking team. 15-yard foul. Remains fourth down.
Well, second straight possession. Farrington's going to have excellent field position, we think. Nope, they're going to just push him back a little bit more. Siawaki, you look at the befuddlement on Siawaki Levi. He's saying, wait a minute, isn't that post possession? Why do we have to re-kick? Well, this is really going to favor the Governors, because now Gary Nagy will have to drop back. In fact, he's standing on his own 1 yard line. He'll have to get another beautiful punt like he did the last time to match that effort.
Hopefully he'll get a better snap on this one, and he does.
This time it's a shorter end-over-end punt. Will take a big hop. Villiver from his own 38, and Villiver gets spun out of bounds. Nice job by, guess who? Chico Ramirez, who was guilty of the interference. This time running downfield and makes sure that Villiver only picks up a couple of yards on the return.
You know, in spite of the fact Kahuku was ahead by 35 points, you still see Siawaki Levi, for the most part, keeping his first team in there. Again, this is only the semifinals. They got that championship game coming up next week. And, of course, the state tournament as well.
Again, we have running clock here because it is a 35-point Red Raider lead. 35-0 here with 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Elijah Filifili under center. The give will be to Kenneth Faumui. Faumui just has nothing up the middle. I mean, he tried to dance around looking for the hole. All he saw was a sea of red, and that quickly collapsed on him.
And
no gain.
And that's the way it's been all night, too, for Farrington. Kenneth Faumui, as well as Hercules Sula. Just absolutely no running game whatsoever.
Well, that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Governors are not going to attempt one more snap. And that is it. That is the end of the third quarter. It's been all Red Raiders, 35-0. And again, the Kahuku defense
End of the third quarter.
only 12 minutes away from pitching yet another shutout.
That would be, what, their seventh? If that's the case?
9 games.
I mean, you think about it. That's an incredible stat. I mean, when's the last time you saw a football team have so many shutouts in 1 year? And, you know, this is not an easy league whatsoever.
We'll take a break in between quarters. Once again, it's Kahuku leading Farrington 35-0. Jim and I will come back. You're watching Aloha Stadium Stars Sports.
I see you, I see you, you see me, and all the world can see that we should be together, yeah, yeah, yeah.
When it comes to taking care of people's cars, just look for the Jiffy Lube sign. Doing what it takes, one car at a time. Doing what it takes at Jiffy Lube.
Say hello to good boys, say hello to Price Busters.
And we are back here for the final quarter of play here at Aloha Stadium. On the first play, here's Fili under pressure. He's going to go deep. This pass is going to be picked off. Another turnover as coming up with the pick was Richard Torres. But yet another Farrington drive thwarted as Torres makes the pick, and Kahuku will have the ball once again. But remember, the clock continues to run. We are under the mercy rule.
Richard Torres, the junior defensive back, 5'8", 143 pounds. Fili tried to throw long downfield, but his pass was underthrown, and Torres making the easy pick there. You know, just a frustrating night all the way around for Farrington, and of course that guy, Elijah Fili.
So the Red Raiders will have the ball once again, and it looks like that Siawaki Levi has kind of called off the dogs. We're seeing a lot of the second teamers come into the game. Tuvili Tuisavura is the tailback. Up the middle is the fullback, and big gain up the middle. That's Jason Mawai, and Mawai with about a 14-yard carry into the 35-yard line.
Jason Mawai with his first carry and a big pickup there on first down. Again, it seems like even if the second string, third string comes in for Kahuku, they don't lose a step at all. Amazing that the second and third stringers can be just as good as the first team.
Again, it's a credit to this offensive line, and this offensive front just doesn't get all of the press coverage that it probably warrants. 1st and 10. Again, up the middle. That's Mawai. Mawai with 3 yards up the middle the hard way, but a flag does go down. I think we're going to have a holding penalty against Kahuku, and we will. But again, you give a lot of credit to the starting offensive front. You got Latu Tupo, Ross Salanoa, Justin Abregano, Joe Faifili, and Ken Levi.
Holding against the offense. 10-yard foul. From spot of the foul. Remain second down.
And you got to like the way how the offensive line is so balanced that you got the center who's kind of the anchor of the offensive line, and then you got the left guard and the right guard that come in at about 255, and then you got the tackles, the left and right tackles up at 290. Like that balance.
This is Peter Tanuvasa. Tanuvasa gets turned back right behind the line of scrimmage on the sweep play. They'll bring up second down and long. Tanner Fitui with the tackle. And you know, we showed the shot a little while ago of that offensive line. Unfortunately, the first teamers are already on the sideline, so we showed you the shot of the second teamers. But
they look like the first teamers, though.
Absolutely, they play like them too.
They could probably be the starting first team on any other high school.
Second down and long coming up. Jacob Kahavai, the number 2 quarterback for the Red Raiders, will have whistles, and play clock was down to 00. Looks like we're going to have delay of game against Kahuku.
Prior to the snap, encroachment against the defense. It's a 5-yard foul. Remain second down.
Well, somebody for Farrington jumped. So we'll bring up second down now and 15. Kahavai on play action. He's going to go out and has the back out of the backfield, and tripped up was Chico Ramirez. Sorry about that. 24, Ian Fujinaka. Fujinaga brought down from behind. We'll bring up third down.
Ian Fujinaga with his first catch of the game, the junior, 5'9", 193 pounds. So again, Kahuku mixing it up a little bit, going to the ground and then now going to the air.
Under 8 minutes, 50 seconds remaining here in this game. Kahuku out comfortably 35-0. Lehi Aumua is the tailback in this formation. They'll give it on the end around instead to Tuivasura, and he gets hit right as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Very short gain for Tevili Tuisavura.
Calais Stevens in there on the stop for Farrington, along with Elisha Fa'asu. Both of them making big hits there for Farrington. You know, the one thing about having a team that scores a lot of points like Kahuku, you get valuable playing experience for the second and third stringers, and you talk about a team that comes back and reloads for the following year. I mean, that's what you see here in Kahuku. Players returning just have so much playing experience from the previous year.
Now the end around again to Tuisavura. Tuisavura losing his footing, regains his balance, and then brought down inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. He'll be shy of the first down, and the Red Raiders will turn the ball over on downs with 7:35 and counting. Remember, running clock in effect.
Well, nice effort there by Tuisavura. Good job to keep his balance there and get a couple more yards with that effort. Unfortunately, just shy of the first down.
So Farrington will take over on downs. Governors, who struggled in the beginning of this season really started picking up steam down the stretch of the OIA season. Here's the pitch to Hercules Sula. Sula around the left side. It gets buried. Ball is loose, and I think Farrington fell on it. And apparently it did. Kenneth Faumui, they recovered the fumble. Again, you know, and Farrington, unfortunately, very notorious for slow starts because they got so many kids on academic probation. And I was talking, well, let's go ahead and take a look at the play first.
Simple sweep to the left side there, and again, the ball coming loose. But luckily, Farrington falling on it. And yeah, a tough start for Farrington, starting out 0-3 on the year. They did not look good at all. In fact, their offense was non-existent.
Faumui will have the first down on the left sideline. And he'll get into Kahuku territory before being pushed and spilt out of bounds. Good gain there for the Governors with 6:10 and counting. But Farrington has, every year it seems like they have these very slow starts because of the academic probation, and it gets a while for them to pick up steam.
And then you got the positives like that, like Kenneth Faumui that picks up steam as the season goes along. You know, Farrington had a favorable opening 3 games of their OIA East season as they faced the bottom 3 teams of the league, Kaimuki, Roosevelt, and McKinley. So Farrington, after those first 3 losses, jumped out to a 3-0 lead there in the OIA East.
Play action. Here's Feely on the rollout. Looking, fires over the middle, has the ball tipped away. That's a great job there of a diving Jerry Malufal as he tipped it away.
But give credit, though, to Farrington as they, you know, after those 3 wins, they suffered big losses to Kahuku and then Kailua, but then they made adjustments and started to play well when it counted at the end of the year.
And I was talking to their athletic director, Harold Tanaka, before the game. He was the former head coach for the Governors, and he said it took him about 3 weeks after they finally got all of their players back. In fact, they got their entire roster for the St. Louis non-conference game. And they said it took about 3 weeks after that for them to finally get settled in, and that's when they started to really get momentum. Faumui up the middle. He'll get to about the 44-yard line, maybe the 43-yard line.
That's about the time, too, that they settled on their starting quarterback as well, and Elijah Feely.
You know, I was talking to Harold Tanaka before the game. He said that next season they should not encounter those academic problems because the semester will actually start earlier. They'll start in July, so he should have all those academics settled. I think you got to watch out for Farrington because, again, Farrington has always been notoriously slow starting team because of the probation that they've suffered academically.
Not too sure if the kids will like that, but it helped them during the season.
Swing pass out to Tanner Fatui. Fatui breaks one tackle, won't get past another down to the 40-yard line. Again, Malufau on the stop will bring up 4th down and about 2 yards to go.
You know, we said earlier that Tanner Fatui was the starting quarterback when the season first started. That's how bad the situation was when you had your defensive linemen starting out at the quarterback position.
Of course, Farrington has had their share of pretty decent quarterbacks over the last few years. Inside counter play to Faumui. Faumui will have the first down at the 36-yard line.
You know, in spite of their struggles, though, Kevin, you know, Farrington, you can tell they're on their way to at least making their way forward, getting back to those glory years that Farrington used to have under Skipper Diaz, and Randy Okimoto coming back to his alma mater. He's done a very good job there to try to turn this program around.
There he is, Randall Okimoto, who in this just 3 years ago, he's always
had that mini ponytail too.
Absolutely. Pass is complete out to the 34-yard line and complete to Elisha Fa'asu. Fa'asu makes a nice catch despite being hit from behind by Shiloh Teo.
Well, in spite of being down by 35 points, you got to like the heart in this Farrington team. They just don't quit. In fact, they credit that spirit, that heart, with their comeback last week, a big upset win over Mililani, a game in which they were trailing by 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter.
And trailed late, by the way. Up the middle. And once again, that's Elisha Fa'asu. Fa'asu with a nice gain, another first down at the 22-yard line. Clock will continue to tick, however, with 2:10 and counting. So Farrington just going to offer up a last drive before they try to finish this one out.
They have some good returnees for next year. Elisha Faasu will be one of them. Faasu, just a junior. Very tough looking running back there. Tough guy to bring down, too, at 250 pounds.
Of course, it's not over for Farrington. They still have a shot to make a bid for the state tournament. The snap is fumbled and picked up by Kahuku, so that will end that drive. Kyle Wall there on the fumble recovery, so that'll be it. With 1:35, again, running clock. So the clock continues to wind despite change of possession. There's the muff snap. But Farrington will still have an opportunity to play for a state tournament berth. Jim will meet Waianae. The winner of that one moves on to the state tournament. The loser, however, season comes to an end.
Yeah, Waianae suffering a tough loss earlier tonight to IA, 26-15.
And it'll be Aiea versus Kahuku for the OIA title game next week. Right up the gut is the Kahuku ball carrier. Let's see if we can identify him. That is number 21. That's Peter Tanuvasa.
And boy, next week will be a monumental challenge for IA. This will probably be the toughest challenge of the year for Na'ali'i.
And you consider Aia's some of the tougher teams that they've been playing have been like the likes of Mililani and so forth. Really was not really challenged to anybody in the non-conference slate. The third-string quarterback, by the way, is in Iona Teripaia for Kahuku, but that's irrelevant right now, and that will probably be the final carry of the game. But it will be a very interesting matchup next week. Aiea versus Kahuku for the OIE championship. The winner will earn the league's top seed in the state tournament, and that is the ball game as Siwaki Levi's Kahuku Red Raiders advance to yet another OIA championship with a 35-0 victory over Farrington. They will meet the Aiea Na'ali'i for the bragging rights of the OIA. You've got Kahuku, the grounded out, no bones about it, rushing attack. And on the other side, you've got Wendell Say's wide open passing attack, the no huddle. And that will be a very, very interesting game next week there.
And boy, tonight's game, though, I mean, Kahuku just taking control right from the outset. In fact, their first two possessions of the game, they just really controlled the ball, controlled the clock. I mean, the first drive took 15 plays. The second one took 12 plays. Really established their ground game right from the beginning. And again, their defense just taking Farrington out of their offense. And again, Farrington getting shut out by Kahuku.
There's our Aloha Stadium star of the game, Melosi Teo. 3 touchdowns, runs of 871 and 5. He had an outstanding game tonight, and of course, had a very good game from his offensive line once again. So Melosi Teo, who's, like you said, Jim, has really picked it up for Kahuku over the last few weeks. He is our stadium star of the game.
Again, a very big challenge next week when you got a running back tandem like Melosi Teo and Kamuela Alisa. And of course, they got to face that very tough Kahuku defense.
That is going to be one formidable task as once again the Kahuku Red Raider defense pitching yet another shutout of an opponent.
Their 7th of the year.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable defense. A performance like I don't think we've ever seen in high school football here as of late in the state. Very proud tradition as Red Raiders squad singing their alma mater as their fan base will go back home to the North Shore happy, but they realize that they're still a long way from accomplishing their team goal. That is to not only win the OIA, but that is to recapture the state championship. That's going to do it for us here at Aloha Stadium. Want to thank our commentators here in this game, Jim Oshiro, Mike Bazell. Also want to say thanks to our floor directors, Mike Nelson and Ellen Shimokawa, and also big mahalo to our Jumbotron director, Ed Nartatez, back in the control room. For everybody here at Aloha Stadium, for our camera crew, everyone else, our statisticians, and so forth, I'm Kevin Oshiro saying good night here at Aloha Stadium. Once again, your final score, it is Kahuku advancing to the OIA championship game with a 35-0 win over Farrington. Until next week, take care, everyone, and aloha.